the one we started with from Ziggy Marley, and that was Africa Unite. My name is Jennifer Ikwamwa. Thanks for joining us on Joy News Interactive. We are live on the Joy News channel on Multi TV, as well as GoTV, DSTV, and we're streaming live on Facebook as well. You can join this conversation via our Facebook platforms and on Twitter, and the handle is @JoyNewsOnTV. So normally we have the discussion on how relevant AU Day is, and Twitter has been buzzing with, people's thoughts on it. Let's start with the Nigerian satirist and author El Nathan John, who's been sharing his thoughts on AU Day. So here he's been going steadily for over 3 hours. El Nathan John, he tweets at the handle @ElNathan_John. He says, "It's Africa Day, y'all. For non-Africans who don't know, it's like a Black History Month, only for a whole country and on one day." See, I told you he's quite satirical. And he goes again with a couple more tweets as well. And he says, how to celebrate AU Day. Number one, tweet something about Africa rising. Celebrate Africa's greatness, blah, blah, blah. Use the phrase pan-African. Quote Bob Marley or Fela, and he's referring to Fela Kuti. So let's read a couple more of his tweets. Number two, change your profile picture to a map of Africa, or if you have an African tattoo on your body, even better. We love Africa tattoos. And the third one he's written on how to celebrate AU Day says that you can also change your profile picture to the one with you and some random Black people or kids during your summer visit to Africa. So there he is, really taking the mick on all his European fans, and that's El Nathan John, Nigerian author and satirist. Oh, he's given us a 3B, saying preferably you should be wearing African fabric in that photo. Nothing like made in China African fabrics. You look gorgeous. And I think there's a fourth tweet as well, talking about how to celebrate AU Day. It says, number four, sometimes understated is better. Try to find an Africa map emoji and add a heart to it to show how you are celebrating AU Day. So you can join El Nathan John and talk about how you're celebrating Africa Union Day today. He goes on to say, if you are like American and want to go hardcore, talk about how Lumumba and Sankara could have saved Africa if the CIA didn't kill them, and that conversation is going on and on. But earlier on Facebook, we asked you what your ideal concept of the African continent is. When you think of Africa, ideally, do you think of it as a rich continent, a prosperous continent, a continent which is a world leader and a game changer and has finally shaken off its colonial and neo-colonialist past? You shared your thoughts on Facebook right now. Let me read a couple of them. Damader Simon says, Africa is blessed. It has both rich natural and human resources. Civilization also started from Africa. So Africa should be a proud superpower. It should be proud, and this world superpowers learn from her, notwithstanding her present challenges. Gabriel adds, Africa is blessed with all the resources in the world, but the people are cursed with all the evil things in the world. And that's your thought as well. Prince Nuruddin Baumia, happy African Union Day. Allah bless our African countries. Solomon says, hell and nothing else. Stephen is confused, ? And Nicholas has absolutely no thoughts on that. But you can join our conversation on social media. That's at Joy News on TV. Let us know how you picture the ideal Africa on today being AU Day. Now, more issues coming up. The big news on social media yesterday and today is the victory of Manchester United over Ajax to qualify for the UEFA Champions League. Arsenal and Chelsea fans in particular have been trolling hard, but Manchester United fans are not fazed. There's even a video that one Manchester United fan sent to his Arsenal-loving cousin, and we'll play that shortly. And we also have some Twitter comments that that Manchester United fans have been sending about about yesterday's victory. But let's check out this video that my Manchester United friend sent to his cousin. And after a season of being teased as being number 6 consistently, and Man United started the year 6th and they ended 6th, it was such a great feeling to see Jose Mourinho so excited, waving his medal around and enjoying and savoring that victory of winning UEFA Europa League. And to all my Arsenal fans, all my Arsenal friends, enjoy Thursday night football starting next season. It's quite tough and challenging, but I'm sure you'll manage it with your coach. He's such a legend in his own right. And to my Chelsea friends, give us a break, okay? When you won EPL, we were all celebrating with you. So allow us to savor our victory. Whether it's back door or side door, Man United is going to UEFA Champions League next season. And of course, Twitter just couldn't let it go. Jonas is writing, but I mean, did he expect United to just play right into their hands? Boring game, in quotes. This is seriously bizarre. And he's responding to a tweet from the Ajax coach, Peter Bosch, who says, we couldn't play our game today because United played long balls. It was a boring game with no chances for both sides. Well, as I said, boring or not, still won. Thomas Shanahan tweeting at Clifford0584 says, he's got the laughing to tears emoji there, saying he got thoroughly Mourinho'd and hates it. Mourinho'd is the adjective of describing how Jose Mourinho shuts down creative teams by playing, in quotes, boring football. Now, let's see. At @IAM_Abdul Aziz saying Arsenal will be drawn alongside Manchester United, Bayern and Porto in next season's UEFA Champions League. And you know, the picture there is of all the stars there laughing their heads off. Well, honestly, the Arsenal fans, I can't really say I sympathize with you because you have not been the kindest to the Man United fans this season, I have to say. Let's take a couple more tweets on that game yesterday. And Andy Milton tweeting at Andy Milton saying Man United and City have come together to pledge £1 million to the We Love Manchester Emergency Fund. And that's in response to the bombing that occurred at the Adriana Grande concert where at least 59 people were injured, 12 or 22 died, one of them being an 8-year-old child. At Man United, stuff saying a brilliant first season for Jose Mourinho at Manchester United. Personally, I would not use the word brilliant, even though I'm happy that we won. And let's see, a couple more tweets here on yesterday's game. At Red Relator saying Manchester United, now the most successful side in the history of English football, #MUFC, because indeed, Man United has won every single cup that Europe has to offer, and that is a great feat indeed. You're still watching the AU edition of Joy News Interactive. Keep on sending those comments coming on Joy News on TV. That's on Facebook and on Twitter. We have more on your thoughts on AU Day, and we also have more thoughts on which song you think best describes pan-Africanism. I'm Jennifer Plum. We're taking a quick break, and we'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. You're still watching Joy News Interactive live on the Joy News channel on Multi TV. This is AU Day, and this is the AU Day edition. And today I'm asking you which song best describes Pan-Africanism to you. Could it be this one from Ziggy Marley and Bob Marley? Popular track there, and it gets so much mileage on AU Day. Every year, May 25th, we're reminded that Africa must unite. And when I'm asking you which song best describes Pan-Africanism to you, and you shared your thoughts on Facebook, let's read. Banton Nuabete says, culture, Cape Coast. In Jamaica, we call it Dungy, but the British man, he call it Dungeon. Yeah, I think you're adding some of the other lyrics to it. Demadere Simon says, it's time for a deeper reflection as individual African countries towards a united African continent. The vision of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Suddenly, most, if not all, African countries are still tied to the umbilical cord of their colonial masters. Okay, so Banson, you are actually giving us, I think, the first stanza of that song from Culture. Writing in Jamaica, we call it Dungy, but the British man, he call it Dungeon. That's them sanction. If you saw what took place down in Cape Coast Dungeon, West Africa, if you saw what took place in the dungeon. So that is what symbolizes Pan-Africanism to you. Yusuf Sadiq, your song of choice is Wogbe Jeke by Amanziba and Stone Boy, and then the Osipisa track, Welcome Home. Prince Nuruddin, well, you're laughing and you're saying you're still a learner, and Emilia Ahima says Africa Unite. That is your song of choice. Thanks so much for staying with us here on Joy News Interactive on the AU edition. A great day to celebrate African unity, what it means to be an African, what Pan-Africanism means to you, and how we can grow and develop beyond where we are now to where we all aspire to be.